Shit. This is what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da.
Yo, what up, though, people? I'd like to welcome you back to the Keep It a C-No podcast. I am your boy Brown. To the left of me, we got
Vito.
We got a lot of stuff going on today. PSA announcement: the LA Rams are still the Super Bowl champions. I'm just saying, we got to start the show off right with some good energy. How you feeling today, Vito?
I was feeling cool till you said that bullshit.
Yeah. Don't feel cool. Feel what it is. Pause.
I need another drink on that note.
Yeah. Go on, get you one.
Y'all going to call? You're really going to call me Uber today with this bullshit.
I know. I've been calling you an Uber. They say we get a discount today.
Okay, that'll work.
Shout out to everybody that been in the comments too the past week that I had to call an Uber for. But let's start off football. Sean Mcvay, youngest coach to win a Super Bowl. There was talks of him retiring. He said he coming back to try to two-peat. I want to ask you, Vito, I want to ask the people, if McVay would have retired, if his career would have ended, or if it ends right now, is he already a Hall of Fame coach? Keep it a C-note with us.
In my opinion, no.
Why you say no?
I feel like he hasn't been around long enough and hasn't done enough. Don't get me wrong, it's cool to win a Super Bowl. It's great to win a Super Bowl because that's the ultimate goal, but just one Super Bowl win doesn't make you Hall of Fame status.
Okay, so what does he got to win another one?
No, he doesn't have to win any more. But I'm just saying he got to be he has to be a head coach longer than we has. Like you got to be able to last in the league. Because for example, you go win a Super Bowl early in your career and then fall the fuck off the face of the earth for the rest of your career.
Right. I want to piggyback and double ask you another question off of that. When I would say yes, he's a Hall of Fame coach already. First of all, he's an innovator. The whole league is picking his swag up.
Stop it.
Listen.
You know where he get his swag from. You know who his old head is.
Yeah, but I'm saying he put a twist on a lot of his stuff that the old heads wasn't doing. And when I mean innovator, I don't want you to confuse things with just calling plays. Mm-hmm. McVay he started the trend of, I'm not even going to play my starters in the preseason. Now everyone is doing that.
Yo, it's crazy. I definitely respect that. I've been saying that for years.
So what I'm saying is, he's been in the league as a Rams coach since 17? He's been to 2 Super Bowls already. 1-1 in Super Bowls. 1 losing season so far. I would say that everything that he's done to this point in time, yes, he would be a Hall of Fame coach. But I want to ask you this, right? When you just said if he wins one and then he could have fell off, right? I don't want to focus on coaches, but if you a player, right? You come into the league. You win a chip your first, second year in the league. Basketball, football, whatever it is. And then you play 8-9 more years and the closest you get is first round and you gone. Do you still hold that chip as weight, as leverage when it comes time for Hall of Fame status? So what I'm saying is he played 10 years. He went to the chip his second year, won a title. I mean, he was a factor on that team. And he put up buckets. He got numbers every year. But his team wasn't shit. Would he's done enough to be a Hall of Fame player in your mind?
Hold on, let me ask you this. Now you say he won a chip early in his career.
Yes.
What did he do the rest of the year? The rest of his career?
The rest of his years is make it to the playoffs, first round, I'm gone. That shit. But he won a chip as the man.
I feel like he could be Hall of Fame with making the first round and all that shit and never winning the chip. Okay.
So now let me piggyback off of that. Would you rather be the player? Let's just say you're going to win a chip in your 11-year career. Would you rather win it in your first 3 years or in your last 3 years?
Now, this is my question to that. In my last 3 years, am I still a factor in that championship?
I'm going to put it like this. and I let you decide because I know you a hater, and it's probably gonna be the first hater today. You're Matthew Stafford.
Right.
You've been putting up numbers all these years.
Oh, you ain't got no further. As far if we're talking about the Matt Stafford thing, I would rather win it the way he won it.
But it's you.
Yeah, if it was
you
me,
could say even basketball and all
I'm saying,
that.
How he won it, I would rather go out how he did. Because,
instead of winning it early and not winning no more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you win it early, that shit is like if you win it like your first or second year, it's 10, 12 years down the line, that shit is basically out the fucking window.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But as you get older and you win that shit, and then it's more relevant to you, especially if you're ready to retire, like you going out on top.
Right.
I'd rather go out like that.
Okay. What's your thoughts, people? Sean McVay, is he already a Hall of Fame coach? Keep it a C note with us. If you was a player in the NBA, NFL, any sporting league, would you rather win a championship in the beginning of your career or at the end of the career? Let us know. Next up, Vito, your boy, Charles Oakley. That is your boy, right?
Yeah.
He was a Knickerbocker. That's your boy,
Absolutely.
right? Oh, all right. Say it proud. He has some interesting things to say about Giannis Antetokounmpo. He said basically Giannis would have been a bench player in the MJ era, in his era. Keep it a C note. How you feel about that?
Charles Oakley is all the way out of pocket, for one. For two, if you do it on the flip side, Charles Oakley would be a bench player in this era.
Okay.
Also, and I don't know where he getting this from, because I remember him saying something about him not being able to shoot. But let's not act like everybody in that era could shoot, for one.
Right.
And for two, he's 10, matter of fact, he's 100 times more talented than the majority of them dudes that play in that fucking era.
Okay.
And Unstoppable is, listen, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. They could have fucked him up. The way he played with toughness.
Right.
He ain't soft. He's still going in there banging. Come on, man. You tripping.
Okay. I got a couple things for you. Can you really name somebody that was the man? I just want to see what you gonna say. Cause shout out Tone. I've got the hate from Tone before, but who was the man in that era that couldn't shoot?
Who was the man?
Yes, cause you saying there was plenty of dudes in that era. Tone has said the same thing, but I'm saying who was the man?
MJ was the man.
No, I'm saying who was the man in that time that couldn't shoot? I mean at all. Mid-range, you didn't have no jumper. Did you only attack the basket and got all your points off the basket? Who from that era? Because I'd be confused.
In the 80s era, the Mike
The 80s, 90s, that era
Hill
back
couldn't
then.
shoot.
Grant Hill can hit a mid-range jumper.
There's a difference between can hit a shot and can shoot. He couldn't shoot. He could hit a shot.
Grant Hill can hit a shot. Giannis can't hit a shot.
Giannis can hit a shot from time to time. Grant Hill was a better shooter, but Grant Hill couldn't fucking shoot.
Okay, here's my thing, right?
And Giannis is way more dominant
in the
post than Grant Hill was.
Okay, that is true. Listen, I like when people from the league, OGs from the league, say that. First of all, Vito, you're right. Charles Oakley probably wouldn't have started today. He probably wouldn't have been in the league with his demeanor because he would have been...
No, disregard the demeanor. We're talking about his play.
What I'm saying, his demeanor. What I'm saying, the way the NBA is politics, because if I believe that he's one of them old heads that shout out the homie Kwame Brown. That Kwame Brown was telling niggas like Steven Jackson and them, I slapped the shit. I think that was Charles Oakley. So what I'm saying is, those type guys back in today's era, I don't think they would last with the politics. The players
listen, fuck all. We talking about their gameplay. Fuck all the politics.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, Charles Oakley was a bruiser. We don't have that no more. So he probably wouldn't start. Wouldn't be in the league.
He wouldn't be a bruiser in this league if he played in this league. You're gonna adjust to the style of play of the era you play in.
I agree.
So if he wouldn't last in today's league, because he's not a scorer, he's the okay rebounder. So what are you gonna do?
Listen, I agree with Charles Oakley. Giannis cannot shoot. I cannot name 3 people in the league back then, let alone
so everybody
one.
could shoot in the league back then.
Listen, let alone one. Because, listen, one player that Tone always argue is Dominique and Clyde.
Dominique couldn't shoot.
Dominique, if you look at what I'm saying is them guys
Clyde
pull up.
couldn't shoot. Shout out to Tone.
They hit mid. They shoot.
No, you keep making the wrong
Bro,
statement.
what I'm telling you.
You can hit a shot doesn't mean you can shoot.
Bro, what I'm telling you is, you take somebody like Clyde. If Clyde averaging 24 points, at least 10 of his points is coming mid-range jumpers.
No, it's not.
Stop
it's foul
it, bro.
shots.
Foul,
Come on, man.
bro, they wasn't shooting foul shots like they are
out
now.
your motherfucking
They
mind.
wasn't shooting foul shots like
Foul
that.
shots.
You can't name me. I don't care what you saying.
Listen,
My second
Clyde
point.
can shoot a little bit, but
My-
Dominique could not fucking shoot.
My second point is this, right? I've heard you say it numerous times. You may be the man where you at until you play with some. So what I'm saying is, Giannis does bully and treat niggas in the NBA, but it's a soft league. Pause.
True.
Pause. So what I'm saying is,
But that doesn't. Listen, before you go any further, the league is not the same as it was then because they got away with more shit.
Right, so-
So let's not act like everybody in the league back then was tough and was
we're
nice.
not talking
A lot of
about
dudes wasn't
tough.
shit.
We're talking about what Charles Oakley said. Somebody like Giannis come in.
Giannis would
Listen.
have fried Oakley. Oakley would have fucked
No,
him
he
up,
wouldn't
but
have.
he would have fried. Yes, he would have.
Giannis, listen, I agree with Charles Oakley. Giannis don't have, like I've always said it. Giannis, LeBron, them dudes would not have survived in that era,
man.
bro.
That's bullshit.
They would
Listen,
not have
like
survived.
I said, you cannot say that because if you're playing in an era and you grow up in that era is all the style of play that's all you know because that's the era you grew up in.
But what I'm saying is that era.
You're gonna adjust to the style of play.
Bro, that doesn't mean just because you're gonna adjust to the style of play doesn't mean that you're gonna have a jumper. These guys,
you don't need it. Everybody doesn't have a jumper.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Man, what the fuck is y'all
Listen
talking
to what
about?
I'm telling you.
Okay,
Can't,
Mike first 3 championships. He ain't no jumper. He can hit a shot. He didn't
Bro,
develop a jumper till he got older.
You're comparing dudes that can hit mid-range shot to dudes that can't shoot at all. Giannis can't shoot at all.
You don't need to be able to shoot when you can do what he do.
Now it's no hand checking. They don't let you play defense.
Yo,
all that
you
stuff.
can hit,
counts,
listen,
bro.
if you was able to do all that shit then that you could do back then, if you was able to do it now in the league, who the fuck still can stop him? Nobody. He'd still be bullying these guys.
Bro, he wouldn't be bullying these
Who
because
can stop him if
not
you get-
only did the
what
rules
the
change,
fuck is
niggas
the
was
difference?
playing defense.
Okay.
But
What
because
is the difference a hand check is gonna make for a guy like him?
First of all, like I always tell Tone, because people get caught up in the moment. When, oh my God, LeBron James, but he's 6'8" and he weigh this much. Giannis is 6'9", he weigh this much. Back in the day, dudes was 6'9", like Jerome Kersey. Diesel as hell. Listen.
Jerome Kersey would have got his ass handed
Listen to what I'm telling you is the stuff that these guys get off of being bigger than people. These guys, Robert Horry is damn near 6'11". He was a small forward what I'm saying is, what people say about LeBron and Giannis, why they would get off, that doesn't matter because dudes was playing small forward back then. It was just as big as them.
LeBron can shoot though. What are you talking
He
about?
can't shoot.
Yes, the fuck
Bro,
he
LeBron
can.
just started shooting.
And he be hitting that shit. What are you talking about?
How many years in? 7?
don't matter.
Yes,
He can shoot
what
now.
the difference is he wouldn't have got that chance to make it that
What
long,
the
bro.
fuck
What are you talking about?
Why wouldn't he? Hold on. This is what confused me. It's talking about he wouldn't have got a chance to make it that long. It's dudes that played in the league for multiple years in that era that ain't got shit on LeBron. Dudes that ain't, this is below average players that lasted forever.
But what's the difference? The difference is you got role players. You got dudes that's born to be role players and know they role, and you got dudes that been the man.
You just said Tone gave you the promise. Dominique could not shoot. He was the man for years.
Bro, I could show you footage on Dominique.
You're gonna
mid-range.
show me highlights. You're not gonna show me a whole
game.
Come on,
whole game, bro. When he gave Jordan 60-something points, most of that shit was mid-range.
Come on, man. Dominique wasn't
no
shooter.
Go back
Come
and
on,
watch
man.
that
Everybody
shit,
has good games. Dominique was never known as a shooter.
He was a mid. Everybody had.
He wasn't known as mid-range. No, they didn't.
Bro, everybody did. It's not one person you can name in the NBA back then that was nice. That didn't have a mid-range jumper, bro.
What the fuck, man? Listen, now you caught me off guard, but you know I'm gonna go do my research.
Go do
and
your
I
research.
know for
I'm talking about all
plenty
the
dudes that ain't had no fucking
Listen,
shot
what I'm
back
saying
then.
is, right? Let's just take for instance Karl Malone. He's the same height as Giannis. He's the same height as LeBron. He's the same in strength, right?
No, he's not the same as in strength. He's much bigger than them niggas.
All right, well, he might pause, but what I'm saying is, even a guy like him that was the man, mid-range assassin, and these is guys playing the same position. I know you hate for me to do it, but Horace Grant, mid-range assassin.
Yes.
I think the mid-range assassins for big men stopped probably with Amari. Don't quote me, but Amari probably.
Amari wasn't no mid-range.
You better
assassin.
go back and look at him and Nash.
He wasn't able to shoot till after the injury.
You better go back and look at him and Nash the year he was averaging 30 something.
Man, he did not start shooting the mid-range till after he got injured. He was not a mid-range assassin. McDice might have been the last big man mid-range assassin.
Amari Stoudemire, bro. I don't know. Let me get his Uber on standby. I don't know what you be watching. What the
fuck are you talking about?
When Amari was averaging damn near 30.
That was all banging on niggas and all of the strength of Steve Nash. Because when he came to the Knicks,
so
none of that shit happened.
Amari never played pick and pop?
He played pick and pop,
with
but he
Steve Nash?
No, he was pick and roll.
He didn't play pick and pop.
He might have played pick and pop, but he wasn't no fucking mid-range assassin.
Okay.
You got you need to restate that.
This boy done lost his
mid-range assassin and Amari Stoudemire.
Amari is the last mid-range assassins for the big men. Bro.
Yo, you done lost your fucking.
I don't know what you be watching.
Amari, listen, he played for the Knicks, and he was a better. Hold on, he was a better jump shooter as he got older. With the Knicks, he was a better jump shooter than he was with Phoenix, and he wasn't a mid-range assassin for us. So what are you talking about?
Bro, you better go watch footage of him and Nash running pick and pop, bro.
Oh, man. If you keep talking about footage, you're going to watch highlights. Of course, they're going to show him making shots.
I'm talking about you go to any of his games. Just
that shit was all pick and roll, catching that shit off a Nash pass, banging that shit on Duncan and all them dudes.
You better look again, bro.
Yeah, nigga, you tripping.
Okay. What's your thoughts, people? Giannis, would he have been a bench player in MJ era?
Giannis is better than Charles Oakley, and Charles Oakley was a starter, so you do the math on that.
Yeah, but see, that's where you confusing it. Like I said, it's levels. It's dudes in the NBA that was already great role players before they got to the NBA, that know their role. And it's dudes that is in the NBA that was their whole life. They've been stars and they still stars, or they used to. So what I'm saying is,
wasn't a star coming into the league.
He became that. But what I'm saying is, he took advantage of, the way the league is now. However you want to judge it, he would have adapted back then and all of that. But what I'm just saying is, I don't think none of that shit would have happened back then. I don't think Giannis would have been a good 6-6 guy playing 12 minutes. I don't think that would have been the case.
If you need to go back and look at the era Oakley played in, and look at some of them rosters. It's multiple teams with dudes on them rosters that you can't even. Hold on, you don't even know what I'm about to say. That you can't even fucking name. You don't even know who these guys are.
But you know what they were? Role players. Like I said,
you got to be a role player when you ain't shit. You just filling the roster.
What I'm saying is Giannis wouldn't have been shit back then. So would he have been a good role player? It would have been the next question for me.
Whatever he would have been, he better than Charles Oakley.
I don't think so. I don't.
So what does Oakley do better than him?
I don't know.
Nothing.
I don't know.
Foul people. That's the only thing he does better than him.
What I'm saying is, I see Giannis as a big bully right now in a league full of softies.
Whatever the case
So what
may
I'm
be.
saying is, I don't know if he would have that same
Everybody, and you
aggression.
talking about, okay, you saying the league full of softies. Everybody in Oakley's era was not a tough guy.
What I'm saying is the big fellas that needed the bang.
All of them dudes wasn't tough guys. What are you talking about?
Like who?
You had niggas like George Murison.
Time
He
out.
wasn't no tough guy. He just was big.
Time out. But what I'm saying is, I can name 10 dudes.
No, you can't.
Listen, I can name 10 dudes right now that Giannis is better than, that was straight up wolves. Oakley being one of them.
Yeah, but he would have gassed Oakley. I don't know how tough you are.
You keep talking about...
He would have gassed him.
He wouldn't have done none of that.
He would have gassed him. Are you forgetting Giannis can play from the perimeter and get to the basket? If they pull Oakley... Hold on. If they pull Oakley out on the three-point line, he's going to pass him every time. Or he's going to foul the fuck out.
Well, I'm glad
so that shit means nothing.
I'm glad you said that, right? Because you are the same one that say people would adapt their eras, right?
Yeah.
You saying he would have adapted to that era. Even if you saying he would adapt to that era, there's no power forwards in the league that you can name that was grabbing a ball at the 3-point line and driving. No, Charles Barkley wasn't even doing it.
Fuck he was.
No, he
Charles
wasn't.
Barkley was doing that. Karl Malone was doing that.
Charles Barkley and Karl Malone was running pick and roll, pick and pop, bro, and posting up. What are you talking about?
So you're telling me Barkley wasn't grabbing the rebound and going coast
I'm
to
not
coast?
talking about grabbing rebounds and going coast to coast. I'm talking about in a regular set.
Okay, so you
coach.
So what are you saying? Charles Barkley wasn't.
You're saying that Giannis would have took niggas out in the perimeter and blew by them. No big men was doing that back then.
What
Charles
the fuck are you? What have you been watching? You've been watching too much basketball.
What have
lately.
you been watching? Let
me
ask you
Barkley, he my favorite player of all time.
Barkley run coast to coast. Barkley run coast to coast. Barkley doesn't get the ball up top and run no ISO.
No, he don't. What are you?
No, he don't. You done lost your fucking mind.
Barkley is my favorite player of all time. It ain't nothing you can tell me about him.
You're not gonna. Barkley come down. He's gonna set a pick or he's gonna get in a post. Barkley is not setting up at no fucking top of the screen calling for no screens.
He not calling for screens. He ISO niggas. He called for screens. He hit you in the head with the tray. Man. He across you and back. He do everything.
Make sure that Uber's on speed dial.
What are you talking about? You don't know what you talking about, man.
Make sure his Uber's on speed dial.
You are a Tim Duncan bull. You're not a Barkley bull, so you don't speak on that.
Tim Duncan, I'm not even talking about
Tim
Duncan.
No, but you're talking about Tim Duncan style of play. You're not talking about Barkley.
Charles Barkley, you're not going to show me no footage where Charles Barkley was grabbing the ball at the top every time, pushing the ball down. Now, we're not talking fast break. The ball gets inbound to Charles Barkley. He pushed the ball down. He call a ISO or he call a pick. That shit was not happening, bro.
So
maybe
Charles,
on NBA Jam.
A point forward. What are you talking about?
Bro. You misconstrued.
No, you're misconstruing. Point forward just doesn't mean grab the rebound and run. That means that we running the offense through him. He playing point guard too.
Bro, no, that's
you don't know what you're talking about, man.
Running a point forward is they back in the day. Point forward is the nigga come down, yo, you go right there, you go right there. He pass it to the guard and he run and get in his spot.
No, you don't know what you talking about,
bro.
Man.
Charles Barkley was not. You show. Listen, what I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna ask you and the people. Send me some footage, right? Show me some footage where Charles Barkley, they inbound the ball, they pass it to Charles Barkley. He comes down.
His whole Phoenix career that's what he was doing.
I say, show me a play. Show me a play where he come down like Giannis. Clear everybody out and call a pick and go to the basket.
If you clearing everybody out and we calling a pick, that's not clearing everybody out. That's not an ISO. That's calling a pick.
That is an ISO.
No, it's not.
An ISO, they open the lane.
One-on-one play, and I go at you. Calling a pick is not one-on-one. It's not an ISO.
Bro, they spread the floor open. That's ISO. ISO is when you spread. When you call ISO, everybody opens up, right?
Okay, and if you set a pick and then pull it out and then ISO that player, yeah.
Then you call a pick. That's what Giannis does. He comes, everybody clears it out, then he calls it. You can't show me a play with Charles ever.
What the fuck?
I challenge you.
Nigga, he don't even have to call it.
Challenge you.
I'm gonna show you.
I'm challenging you to show me.
Matter of fact, you don't remember we was watching highlights on me, you, and John watching.
Hold on.
Highlights. of him going at going at Karl Malone in the old age. What was he doing?
I challenge you.
He was ISOing, backing him down, layups all day.
See, ISO. You don't confuse. I'm not.
What?
Giannis don't ISO to back you down.
Yes, he does.
No, he don't. Giannis ISO. What the fuck is? That's why he's getting a pick
excuse
call
me,
for him.
Stop. He'll ISO you. And if you able to keep up with him, once he gets down to the basket, he's gonna turn his back to the basket and do what he do. You remember what he did to Ben Simmons?
Did I just
Hold on. Did you remember what he did to Ben Simmons? He ISO Ben Simmons. He couldn't get fully past him. So when he got to the basket, he turned his back, turned around, and
What I'm saying is Giannis
said he's a fucking baby.
Giannis is not calling no pick and to back you down, bro. When he's calling a pick, he's going downhill. That's what he's doing.
You're not originally calling to go to back you down, but you're calling to get past him. But if the nigga's able to keep up with you, once you get down to a certain point, he keep up with you. You're gonna back him down and do what you do.
I need a drink. He needs an Uber.
Yeah, you definitely need a drink.
I need a drink. He
Matter of fact,
needs
you need
an
some
Uber.
water because
You know what I mean? Because this boredom loss is mine. What's your thoughts on this one, Vito? You saying the T-Mac thing. He was saying about he should have won the MVP the year that they made the playoffs and Tim Duncan won the MVP. So, you know they give the MVP mostly to whoever has the best record, the best team.
Bullshit.
So, what do you think? Should the MVP be based off of who's the actual best player, like T-Mac is saying? Like, if T-Mac is right. If you pulled him off them Orlando teams, they wouldn't have made the playoffs. Should those type players be? Should a Jared Allen be considered for MVP or a Darius Garland? Them dudes on them team.
No, not them. But I agree with what T-Mac says. But Jared Allen and Darren, no.
So what's the criteria then?
The criteria is if you take me off this team, how good would this team be?
Okay.
But you still gotta also be one of them guys. You just can't be an average guy. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to be to get them numbers.
So Jared Allen is average.
Jared Allen is average, yes.
16,
average big man.
16 and 11, that's average.
He's an average big man.
Okay, and Darius Garland average.
Darius Garland is an average guard.
I mean, I'm not arguing with you. So what I'm saying is, who would be a guy right now that you can say he's not on the best team right now, but he's an MVP?
Nobody.
Why not?
Because it ain't nobody on them lower level teams that's that good. It's good dudes, but they're not on that status as MVP status.
So you mean basically you still gotta be a superstar, is what you're saying?
Yes, but you know how you become a superstar? By giving out work.
Okay, so what I'm saying is a dude averaging 20, 10, and 5. That's not MVP.
Yeah, that is. 20, 10, and 5, that's MVP status numbers. Yeah.
Okay, so what's the difference between the 4 points? So if you averaging 16, 11, and 5, what's the difference? 4 points?
Yes.
Come on, man, you got to be kidding.
But who the fuck is average 16, 11, and 5?
No, I was just.
And if you take them off the team, they wouldn't be in the playoffs.
Well, I just threw niggas out there. I don't know, but I don't think that
if you take Jared out of that team, I agree he definitely helped them win, but. If you take them on that team, they might have a little less amount of win. They might be 4th or 5th seed. They probably be 6 or 7.
I don't think so.
Come on, man. He's not making that much of a difference. Come on, man. And let's not forget that they also got Lauri Markkanen when he come back.
Let's not forget about all the shots. Not that he blocks, that he just alters by being there. We already talked about how
he's not even an MVP status guy, so I don't know what you're talking about.
What I'm saying is, we're talking about if you take guys off teams. So you're right, he's not a ball like that. But I was just trying to get clarification on what. So you mean basically, a perfect scenario. Dame Dollar and them, they a 7 seed, but he averaging 30. So you're saying he should be considered for MVP?
Okay, right.
Okay.
Because let's not act like without them, they have the same exact team they had all these years. You subtract Dame Dollar, they a fucking lottery team.
Okay, all right. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Like, for example, I've been hearing Stephen A. Smith say a lot about DeMar DeRozan for MVP. Now I don't really have a problem with that because they definitely are balling. But in the East, I feel like they still could be a playoff team, even without DeRozan. With all the pieces they got, subtract DeRozan, I still feel like they could be in the playoffs.
I don't. Man,
please.
The reason why I don't is because when you look at that team off top, pause, what I could think is DeMar DeRozan, like Zach LaVine and all them nice. Them dudes been nice, but they don't know how to win. DeMar DeRozan brings a different culture over there.
And I miss me with that. Don't know how to win shit,
bro.
You only know how to win when you get to a team who fucking wins. It ain't,
bro. They wasn't winning before he got there
because they didn't have the fucking talent. What are you talking about?
They always had talent. They keep shuffling their talent.
Who they had before DeMar DeRozan got over there? That was talented.
They had Zach LaVine for all the years.
They got Zach LaVine.
They had Vucevic. Not Vucevic. They had
exactly. They got Vucevic. They got talent now.
Yeah, they had Vucevic, but nah, that ain't all they had.
They got Vucevic now. They got talent.
Yes, but they had all the young boys, all the big men young boys. Carter,
ain't nobody. Wendell Carter Jr., he in the 11 now. He ain't nobody.
All right, bro. What I'm saying is I look at it like this. DeMar DeRozan, even when you say Vucevic, good player, but he don't win shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He don't win shit.
Talent. You talking about?
What do you mean?
You talking about know how to win? Vucevic played with Orlando.
Yes.
He never won shit. He didn't know how to win, but now that they're winning, it ain't
what
strictly the fact that DeMar
DeRozan has been on the number one team in the Eastern Conference before.
That don't mean that just because you go to another team y'all gonna win. Because when he was with the Spurs, they wasn't winning shit.
Yes, because San An doesn't fit in the way he want to run like them young boys run.
He's mid-range ball.
He still want to run like he want to. Come on, man.
He don't run.
His whole listen.
His whole shit is half-court offense.
His shit is whole half-court ISO ball like the rest of these niggas do. And Popovich ain't going for that shit. That's why his numbers there.
So what do Popovich do then?
Popovich running the fucking offense. That's why
exactly a half-court offense. What are you
talking
about?
not no ISO ball. Why the fuck you think Kawhi won it out of there? You're not running no ISO ball. You're running a straight block.
Is you don't have to do a whole lot of ISO with Popovich. All you gotta do is run the floor.
What I'm saying for the type of offense that he play, the ISO, call the pick, same shit these other guys do, off the pick, mid-range or to the basket. You're not doing that with Popovich.
He know how to win. Popovich been winning forever, so how is it that he don't know how to win with Popovich?
Because I just said Popovich don't know how to play, how to coach them guys that play. Tim Duncan and all them niggas was, yes sir. No, sir. They was compliant, but them new niggas like Kawhi and all them.
He won with Kawhi. What are you talking about?
He won with. I'm talking about when Kawhi wanted to be the man. Kawhi wanted to be the man. He like, man, this offense don't fit me no more. I'm the fuck out of here. Because your offense with Popovich is old school. You're gonna run an offense. You're not gonna run no ISO ball like these young. That's why niggas don't want to go over there and play with Popovich. There's plenty niggas. And listen, what I'm saying is, as a player. If you in the NBA, do you want to play for the best coach? Yeah. If you like, oh, he the best coach, and niggas can go to San An every year. There ain't nobody trying to go play with Popovich because they know you got to do what he say. He ain't letting you do all that ISO shit. That shit out the window.
What the fuck they got to do with knowing how to win? If you can say that about most niggas on a winning team. If you play for a winning team, hold on, let me finish.
Okay.
You saying he know how to win. It's easy to say that when you played on a good team that was a winning team. That don't mean you know how to fucking win. You just played on a good team.
He knows how to win, but he has to be allowed to do him. He wasn't allowed to do him in San An.
So that means he don't know how to fucking win. That means if he can't do what he wants to do, if he has to do what the coach says, that means he only good when he able to just run free. If he can't go as far as whatever the offense dictates, that means he don't know how to fucking win. Because if you know how to win, you can adapt to any situation.
Well, if that's the case, Kawhi had that San Antonio team to the face. Couldn't win
with he had the San Antonio team to the face?
When DeMar and when Duncan and all them left.
Duncan never left. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Duncan left when
So what year?
Hold on. Duncan left when Kawhi was there? Duncan still was there. What are you talking about?
Listen to what I'm saying. Kawhi, after Duncan and all them left, when he got the chance to be the man.
That's what I'm saying. You saying when Duncan and them left, when Kawhi left, Duncan was still there.
Huh?
When Kawhi left San Antonio, Duncan was still there.
What? You mean Ginobili was still there, bro?
What year did Duncan leave San Antonio?
Get him a Uber.
What year did Duncan leave San Antonio?
When he retired.
What year was that?
It was before Kawhi left. I mean, it was after Kawhi. It was before Kawhi left. Kawhi played. The last person that was on the team with Kawhi was Ginobili and them. The year with fucking. Well, I don't even think Duncan was on that team that year. The year that they played Golden State.
Let me look it up because I don't know what you're talking about.
The year they played Golden State when Kawhi first got hurt. No, pardon me. The year when Russell Westbrook got hurt with OKC. No, Sidney Wise Kawhi got hurt, right? When they landed on his foot or something? It was Duncan wasn't on that team. While you look it up, May 7th, they announced the fight, Canelo Alvarez, Dimitri Bivol. You happy with that fight, Vito?
I don't even know who Bivol is.
So, and he fighting Triple G again in September. You good with that?
No.
I'm not neither.
Why the fuck is he fighting Triple G?
Listen, the only reason why I'm happy with the Bivol thing because I don't know who Bivol is. You don't know who Bivol is.
Yeah, you're right.
But it's still fans out there that say that Canelo is ducking Bivol. So just for those people, I would like to see them. I don't want to see a
That's easy said. You can always say somebody ducking somebody.
But that's the only reason why I'm happy to see that. So he could. This is one guy that he's keep getting brought up by the 7 people that knew him. You know what I mean? The 7 dudes that know Bivol keep saying Canelo was ducking him. So I'm glad.
Let me look this. Oh, you was right. Kawhi still was there, but let me look up this Bivol guy because I never even heard of him.
Yeah, but I don't want to see a Triple G fight at all. I'm pissed off with the Triple G thing. I don't know what's up with Saul. But you know what? When the check calls, the check calls. You know what I'm talking about? So can't be mad about that. How you feeling, people? Y'all happy with Canelo and Bivol in May? Keep it a C-note with us. Vito, Freddie Gibbs, he says we ain't gonna have rap in 5 years if dudes don't start rapping again. Keep it a C-note. What's your thoughts on it?
He's wrong.
Why?
Because eras change, rap style change.
That's true. I agree with you. As long as you got people listening to the radio, people watching videos, and you know even social media and all that shit making shit popping. So you know these dudes might turn. They can.
Oh, hold on. Let me cut you off real quick. The boy Bivol only got 19 fights.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, them 7 people said that he's Saul ducking him.
Come on, man. How does he even deserve a fight if he only got 19 fights?
I don't know, but you know, some people say he all right.
He might be.
But you know, as long as they keep brainwashing us, I think in 5 years, rappers could start rapping off country music beats and shit like that.
Rappers already did that.
I mean, every song like.
Nah, that ain't gonna work.
You know, listen, bro.
Unless you mix it right.
Listen what I'm telling you. I know OGs right now that bitch about today's music and pull up on me every time playing Lil Durk or some bullshit, and they don't even know what they saying.
That's what I'm saying. You're gonna hold a certain partialness to your era. You're gonna prefer your era of rap style, but at the end of the day, think about where rap started and where it's at now. It changes every every 10 years.
Right.
The way it was when it first came out is not the way it was in the 90's.
Right.
To the 2000s till now. It's not the same. It evolves.
Right.
And these young motherfuckers love. And first and foremost, why that statement is bullshit? Because right now, rap is the number one genre of music right now. The way it is now, however these motherfuckers rapping, whatever you say about them, it wasn't number one music that long.
Right. I mean, they know how to get money. I will, but you know, I guess I'm just stuck in my ways because I can't do it. Like, I'm 90's music, maybe early 2000. You know what I mean? I give some of the new shit a try. But what gets I can't listen to this shit when niggas is rapping and it just sound like they rapping off beat. Like it don't.
See, you was a big proponent of the Wu-Tang, and Ghostface was known for rapping off beat.
Bro, I said Wu-Tang and them ushered in the era, and it was a big influence.
Okay, but
I'm giving them
Ghostface rapped off beat.
I'm giving them their credit. Ghostface not in my top 5 anything, not my top 10 anything.
But Ghostface still was part of that Wu-Tang.
It doesn't. The perfect example is right. I can give you my top.
Prodigy rapped off beat.
Yes, and Prodigy's not in my top 10.
But you was hyping up Prodigy recently
What
too.
I'm saying is I give dudes. What I'm gonna say is I'll put it to you like this: Mike Jordan is not my top 10 favorite player.
Not top 10?
Favorite.
I would love to hear what this top 10 is because
Yeah,
you full of shit.
well, he's not my top 10
Go ahead.
favorite.
Let me hear him.
He's not my top 10.
Let me hear him.
If I start, I'm gonna go Magic, Penny, T-Mac, Shaq, Bird. After Bird, then I'm probably gonna say Steph, Timmy, Grant Hill. I said Bird, right?
Yep.
The Dream.
There you go. One more.
Nah, he might be top 10. He might.
Shaq?
Did I say Shaq? Shaq definitely my top 10 favorite.
I don't think you said Shaq. But go ahead.
Shaq definitely my top 10 favorite. For
now,
sure,
I don't have a problem with that because the number one player is not always your favorite player. So I can agree with that.
Yeah, so that's just I just give Jordan his props because he was different, but I hated Jordan, man. And that's why I say unstoppable, right? Because me and you was up the farms and, they was in the finals. And you got 30 people in the room. And out of 30 people, about 20 of them niggas is betting for Jordan to lose, right? And them niggas is up. All you got is 2 minutes left. And then fucking Michael Jordan just do one play and it changed the whole game.
But that's like on the movie Batman when the guy became Harvey Two-Face.
Right.
I forgot exactly what he said, but he basically said is you're the man. When you're the man for so long, you want to becoming the villain.
Right.
Just like Golden State, when they was winning for so long, motherfuckers wanted to see them lose because they tired of seeing them win.
Right. And when I looked at it, that's why I said the real reason why I don't like Mike is because Magic was my favorite player of all time. I thought Magic was going to get that last ring. James and them was old. You know what I mean? I remember I went to school after they won like the first game and I was talking shit to everybody. And then Mike did what he like. And I'm like, man, I couldn't stand Mike. I couldn't stand him. You should feel the same thing though. You're a Knicks fan.
That don't mean shit. I love Mike.
That's rare. That's rare because I had a lot even with Penny and them. That next year after Penny and them lost to Elijah one, you couldn't tell me they wasn't going back to the finals. They ran into Mike and Mike held a grudge for some shit that Nick Anderson did the year before.
I love Mike. Mike don't forget none of that shit.
But with all that, I keep it a C-note. I give Mike his props, but so you know, like, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, even Joe, like Joe Montana, I give him his props. He wasn't one of my favorites.
He's not one of them. He's the top quarterback, but but most motherfuckers, especially people who are not 49ers fans, are always going to say Joe Montana. That's because they don't. That's because they don't know. They haven't watched enough. They don't know more of what Young did. And the amount of time Young played, he was in the league a lot of years, but he only started for us for 8 years. And
right.
He did just as much, if not more. As far as stats, he did just as much. But accomplishments, he did more than Montana in them 8 years than Montana did his whole career.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, it's guys that they put up there. Like, I give Marino his props. I wasn't a big Marino fan, but my guys like John Elway. Mm-hmm. I got Peyton was one of my favorites, but you know what I mean. I don't think that the winning or
I don't
popular opinion.
People giving Tom Brady the GOAT. I don't think he's the best quarterback.
Right, like me neither. I don't put him up there, but I say he did some amazing shit.
But let me ask you a question. Why don't you put him up there?
I don't, because like I said in previous episodes, like even when people make a big deal about him never having a receiver, but he always had a great offensive line. and he always have a great defense. And that shit get overlooked.
And that's all I be saying about as far as wins. Wins doesn't make you a great player.
Right.
A great player is a great player no matter how many wins you got.
But I say in the NBA it's a little bit different because you can dictate more on what goes on. You can dictate more on what goes on.
Yeah, I agree because I feel like a coach matters more in the NFL than it does in the NBA.
Yeah, so and not just that though, it's smaller and you got the chance to actually stand out and be an impact. You know what I mean? So that's what I think. All right, Vito, we had a conversation. I had the OGs and the youngins in the crib the other day. Mm-hmm. And what I was told is the 90's era. Because I always say this era done went left. I was told that the 90's era with the baggy clothes and shit like that, we're the ones that went left. I was told
we definitely went left with them big ass jeans.
I was told that now the fitted clothes, the belts, and all the fly shit is the same shit from the 80's. It was just us that veered off. Is that right or wrong?
That can go both ways because we did go far left with them big ass jeans and the 3X. Because right now I wear like a large. I used to get 3XTs and shit like that. But at the end of the day, I don't feel like we did go left, but I don't feel like we fucked it up for the current era.
Right.
Because
I don't.
In the 80's, they did wear some weird shit like them half shirts that come to right below your pecs. Come on, man.
The net shirts.
Yeah, the netted shirts. I ain't never been with that shit, and I would never be with that shit. So I don't give a fuck what you talking about. And these young niggas, y'all with this tight shit, I can't get jiggy with that shit.
It's fitted.
No, it's not fitted. It's tight. Like, you got to squeeze into your jeans the way them chicks do. Something ain't right. And then you got these designer shoes that are this fucking big. Like, if you wear size 8, it looks like you wear size 12. Come on, man. I don't give a fuck what the name is on the shit. Just because it's a designer name does not make it hot.
Right. I agree with you on that. I don't know if we were the ones that went left. Maybe we was the ones that had some sense to say, like, men is supposed to dress with loose clothing. Maybe we... But you can't really say that because the chicks used to wear baggy clothes, too, back in the day. But I don't know, man. I don't know. But I know the 80's, they did have a lot of fly shit, like all that Gucci shit and all that.
Yeah, Gucci was the shit in the 80's.
It is from them 80's niggas, and you right. I did see niggas with the netted shirts on and all that, but yeah, niggas, I think we had more of the rugged look, man. We was just rugged, like, we ain't care. You know what I mean? Like, we was fresh off the crack pandemic, epidemic. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
You had to have some bad shit on the high, just your stash.
Right. So, people, let us know. Keep it a C note. Did the 90's era go left? Was it the 90's era? I be pointing the finger. I be saying stuff is crazy these days. But was it the 90's? Was it our era? Because we look like the eyeballs. That's what they saying. Okay, Vito. We watch Power. We watch all these shows. And I came up with this topic. I was watching Narcos. You watch Narcos?
I tried, but I fell off.
So I was watching Narcos. And I noticed something with every show that I watch.
Hold on. Before you go any further, can I take a guess at what you about to say?
What's that?
The gay shit?
Nah, not that. Not that. What I'm going to say is every show that we watch on TV, especially if it's urban, not even urban, if it got anything to do with any type of street stuff, because I don't want to say urban, I can name a bunch of joints that's not urban. Is snitching being glorified on TV and movies? And if so, why is it being glorified?
Before I say what I say, like, why do you say that? Because just to give me a little context of what you're saying.
Because I was watching Narcos, and I'm like, I seen the John Pablo, and basically he was like over there giving the people over there the police and all that. He giving them intel like on people he got beef with and shit like that, or when they need a big bus and I'm like, Not Pablo, El Chapo. El Chapo John. And I'm like, nah, ain't no way El Chapo was telling. But then I'm looking, I'm like, damn, Power. And I be watching a lot of throwback shit. Like I still watch The Wire or Sons of Anarchy. And I'm like, damn, even Snowfall. I'm like,
think about it. Most big motherfuckers that lasted a long time were cooperating. Look at Whitey Bulger. He lasted forever.
Right.
They said he was a cooperator.
I mean, I understand
think about
that.
it. They'll let you get money for a long time if you help them.
I understand that. But why is TV glorifying it?
I don't necessarily say they glorify it if they're telling a story, especially if it's.
But even if it's made up, if it's
like,
made
up, but they basing it off of
like you ever watch Sons of Anarchy?
Yeah, that's my shit.
I'm watching Sons of Anarchy, rewatching shows, and I'm like, damn, these dudes is like telling. Like I won't tell on my club, but I give you this.
Yeah.
So I'm like, in every way
I don't consider them glorifying it because they're basing it, even though it's not a true story, they're basing it off of true life events.
You're not going to tell me. What I'm saying is, it's every show. You're not going to tell me that everybody that's getting big money is telling or has cooperated. Now, listen, it's a difference between paying off police officers. We know that goes down. But what I'm saying is, and most of the times it'd be like, all right, I'm beefing with that. No matter the show, I'm beefing with that crew. I'm gonna give them, even with The Wire. I thought The Wire was stand up. I started watching certain episodes. I'm like, Stringer was telling. Bodie was on the verge of telling. Like, it be all.
Because that's what really be going the fuck on out here.
I know it be, but do you gotta, it's like you said, when you thought that this was the conversation. What is it? The LGBT, what? Yeah, dumb. The LGBT community. We know they exist. We know it's real. But how many times do you be like, damn, do they got to show it on every damn TV show?
Now, it's funny you say that because I had this conversation earlier today. At the end of the day, you look at it on the flip side. Because you say, damn, they showing on every show. But think about how long they've been showing straight relationships on show with sexual scenes. And then think about it how the gay people might be looking at it like, damn, that's all they show is straight relationships. Why don't they ever show the gay relationships?
Right.
So you gotta look at it.
But what I'm saying is, with that, it's like, I can understand this show, that show, once in a while. But what I'm saying is, it's every show. It's every show with both. And it's like, okay, I get it. And it's respect. Like, but what I'm saying is, you're not gonna tell me that everybody was out here getting money, or anybody that's getting money that they might not be telling on people that they did stuff with, but they're telling on rival crews. And
all right, think about it like this. Think about all the documentaries we see. 90% of these famous dudes that was getting all this drug money back in the days, 95% of the niggas was cooperating in some form or fashion.
yeah, I understand. I understand all of that. But what I'm saying is, you don't have to show it and you don't have to show it in every show. Like, we get it. People tell. I get it. People tell, especially but every show. And it's like all the popular shows. You know what I mean? And they built the character up. This guy getting all this money. He thorough. He knocking down all the chicks. But you bypassing the part. But my thing is, why are they doing it?
Who was telling on Power? Like you was referring to? Because I remember you saying Power.
Shit, Keisha was going to tell.
But she ain't no guy. She ain't in the game, really.
Guys that told on Power.
Yeah, like, the Ghost tell? Ghost ain't tell. Tommy ain't tell.
You can almost say that them niggas told, because Ghost.
Especially not Tommy.
Ghost, not Tommy, but Ghost was telling the chick everything, bro.
That ain't telling.
It
man.
is
What
telling.
chick?
His girl,
But she
Angela.
ain't tell, though.
I'm talking. No, they was telling, bro. I'm talking about when they had shit with other people.
Nah, if he telling his girl something, that's
He
not
telling his
that's
girl
just,
this
That's just pillow
Fag.
talk. That's pillow talk. But she wasn't telling because she couldn't tell because that would incriminate her.
That's another thing that I have an issue with, right? because let's look at all these shows, right? Mm-hmm. And I had a conversation with somebody, and somebody was we were all stereotyping it at first, but I'm like, nah, look at it in a different way. A lot of people were saying that all these shows, they basically are dictated by women. Like the pillow talking, and even when you look at Ghost, where Tasha was dictating his moves, Angela but all them shows, what's the show with Mary, and the show with Kanan, with the mom, and it's like all these shows, Cookie Lions, all of them.
That's the truth. Women run this shit, man.
Yeah, but in my mind, the way that I'm looking at it, because I'm actually going Vito route on this. I'm going left.
Okay, let's hear it.
You know what I mean? The way I'm looking at it is everybody is looking at it like, damn, they giving all of the women got the power. The way I look at it, all them shows the women are the downfall.
Oh yeah, women.
The women are the downfall.
No, women are the downfall because of niggas. Niggas fall for that shit.
No. Niggas, I mean...
It ain't the fact that the women is running shit. That's the reason why they downfall. It's downfall because niggas... I don't give a fuck what type of... Most... I ain't gonna say... Well, yeah, most niggas... Think about it. 90% of niggas in jail is in jail behind a woman.
Yeah, but I'm not even... what I'm saying is, most of these street shows, if you watch them, the women are calling the shots. You should do this, you should do that, and everybody's saying in all actuality they running shit. But when I'm like, nah, really what they're telling you is that women will be a powerful man's downfall.
Yes.
That's the way I look at it.
Yes, because niggas, certain niggas, be suckers for love. They tend to dick niggas and they go for whatever the women say. And even if a woman could indirectly lead you in the wrong direction, and you might not even know it.
Right.
The women be a lot of downfalls.
Yeah, but even with the shows though, most of these shows it don't be no indirect shit. It's like
I'm saying that's because it's a TV.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is on the shows, it's like they're intentionally having you on bullshit, and I'm like, damn.
But if you go for it, that's your fault. If you fall for that bullshit.
Yeah. So, what's your thoughts, people? Is snitching / ratting being glorified on TV and movies, and if so, keep it a C note and tell us why. Vito, we got a couple people that from last week episode. They said that you needed an Uber. They said Kyle needed an Uber. Shout out Kyle. What up, though, bro? So I got my guy, Tehran, 1102. He commented on what you said, Melo in his prime being unstoppable. He said, Melo being unstoppable, I can't agree with Denver Melo. Because his best season getting buckets was in New York in 2013 and 2014.
And do you know why he said that? Because when you put up the edit, you put up a picture of Melo in a Denver jersey. That's why he said it.
Okay, let's just clarify everything. To you, what is prime Melo?
Melo in Denver and Melo in the beginning of his New York.
Okay, so majority Denver.
Majority Denver, yeah.
Okay.
He played with Denver longer.
Okay, well, so you saying the picture threw him off, but
it gotta be that because
he said
it's we didn't specify whether New York or Denver.
But listen, it was prime Melo though, right?
Melo was in his prime in Denver and in New York.
But we can agree that Melo wasn't in his prime in 2013 because that was like 2-3 years in him being in New York.
Yeah, you said still in his prime.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you still okay.
Yeah.
You already know I don't agree with that. I already called them niggas a Uber last week. Shout out Kyle again because he tried to get out there shit like, nah, I didn't say, but I said.
Still was in his prime in his New York years. What
okay.
You talking about? Nigga, do you remember me referencing the 54-point game against Miami?
Yes,
in
I
New
know.
York.
Okay, but okay. Shout out to that.
Number 2 seed in the East. That was in New York.
That 1 year.
Yeah, he was still in his prime.
Okay. All right. Shout out Kareem the Dream 1978. On prime Melo. He said before he got to the Knicks were balling with Amari.
No, he wasn't.
When Melo got there, he actually messed them up. The ball started sticking, and he took them as in Denver, to the Western Conference Finals. Close but no cigar. Like, look at Chris Paul. He said, look at Chris Paul. At least he can say that I've been to an NBA Finals. Melo can't say that.
I don't even know how that correlates with this we was talking about. For one, as far as Denver and him being in the NBA Conference Finals, like, he lost. Yeah, it's only one champion. So
Right.
everybody can't win.
Right.
For one. For two, as far as him being with the Knicks, you say they were balling?
He said Amari.
Amari was balling, so you're saying the Knicks wasn't balling. They didn't get as far as they got with Amari than they did with Melo.
Okay. All right, well, I agree. Shout out Kareem. I agree with Kareem. Looked it up. Amari was averaging about 33 points before Melo got there.
Well, how far did they go in the playoffs?
Melo got there the same year.
No, they didn't. Amari was there before Melo.
Amari signed as a free agent, and then they traded for Melo that February. Same season.
Amari played before Melo.
Same season, bro.
Amari came there before Melo.
Amari came in, well, whatever it is. Amari, you right. They didn't make no playoffs. They made that one run. But he definitely took away from Amari. Amari was averaging 33 before Melo got there.
Of course he's going to take away from Amari because he's going to take
And
a whole lot of shots.
it will be on the screen though. That year that they got Amari, they end up doing before the trade deadline, towards the trade deadline, they traded for Melo. So
Yeah,
Amari's
Melo didn't play. Amari played before Melo got there.
Amari got signed in 2010, the start of that season, and then February of 2011 they traded for Carmelo Anthony, and that's when Amari numbers went down. So I will agree with that.
No, y'all both wrong.
Amari was at about 33. What I don't agree with is Melo did not take Denver to the conference finals. We gotta relax.
Who did?
That team was loaded.
Who was they loaded with? Name the team. Since you saying they loaded, I bet you can't.
J.R. Smith.
Go ahead.
Chauncey Billups.
Go ahead. Chauncey Billups was a starter on that team?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead. Who else?
J.R. Chauncey
Chauncey,
Kenyon
Martin.
Martin.
Come on. You mean a nigga who only could get a buck if he catch a oop?
Nene.
That team was. That's what you see. This is what you always
Bro.
say. You saying loaded. Loaded is not that.
Time out. Because
Nene?
before I call you an Uber,
No, you need to call yourself Nene.
we already had this
You
conversation.
lost your motherfucking.
We
mind.
already had this conversation, so I don't want to open old wounds for you. But yeah, we already did this topic. They had the best team that year. And you know when we did the topic?
Get the fuck out of here.
We did the topic when we talked about Dwight Howard and the Orlando Magic. And I pulled everybody's roster up, and everybody vouched that the best two teams that year was Denver, on paper, and Orlando. The most loaded teams that year.
Who is everybody? Where is this at?
We put the post on social media.
Show me it, because I have yet to see this. What the fuck is you talking about? Everybody.
We got to go back.
What the fuck? Where that come from?
I'm going to get him an Uber, y'all.
Yeah, give me Uber, because I never seen that. What the fuck is you talking about?
Yeah, I'm going to get him an Uber. I'm sorry, y'all. The
Yeah,
lefty
you
be
tripping.
lost, yeah.
What the fuck is you talking about? Loaded Denver, loaded, and Orlando loaded? Name besides the stars of that team, which was Dwight and Melo, who else was a superstar on any of them teams?
We didn't say superstar.
Okay, who else was a star?
A loaded team.
Who else was a star?
We said a loaded team.
Okay, who else was a star? Answer my question.
Star doesn't make you.
Answer my question.
That
Who else
doesn't
was-
make you have
you
a
had-
loaded
okay,
team.
answer my question. Who else was a star on them teams?
No.
Exactly.
Let me ask you this. Right? Go back to Elijah Wan first chip. You can even say his second chip, because I'm not going to give you Clyde in his decline. Who else was a superstar on them teams or a star?
Nobody.
Okay then. So what are you
They
talking
wasn't
about?
fucking loaded either. What are you talking about? They
Houston?
had Clyde, yes.
Houston wasn't loaded?
No.
You lost your fucking mind.
Who else they had on that team that makes them loaded besides the Dream? Was it Kenny Anderson? No.
On the first team, they had Kenny Anderson.
Kenny Anderson will make
They
you
had
look.
Robert Ory. They had Otis Thorpe. They had Vernon Maxwell.
What are you
What
talking?
are you talking
You
about?
just named a bunch of fucking bench players that ain't nothing.
Bro.
Kenny Anderson, Vernon Maxwell, and Otis Thorpe, a bunch of bench players on any other team that had some real players. They only played minutes because they didn't
Who
have
had real players then?
Think about it. A team like Miami or Orlando or
You
Golden
keep
State.
saying Miami. Why
When
you
did
keep
I?
saying?
When you say? I
You
keep saying
always say Miami.
When did I ever say?
How many times every time?
When Kenny Anderson played in front of Tim Hardaway? No.
We're talking about.
With Vernon Maxwell, hold on. With Vernon Maxwell playing in front of Tim Hardaway? No.
You're talking about one person. I said team.
Teams. I'm naming teams.
That
in that position.
Miami wasn't that Miami team in '94.
Miami team was more loaded than fucking.
Not in '94.
I'm talking about the team. I'm talking about.
We're talking about.
I'm making a point of being loaded because you use that term very loosely.
Loaded.
That's not loaded. What are you talking about?
What are you lost your mind?
You just said Orlando was loaded when they had Jameer
Bro,
Nelson,
we already did this.
Turkoglu, and fucking Rashad Lewis.
We already did this. They were 7 deep. We already did this.
That's not loaded. You might think so, but
that's time.
No.
In that time.
You keep saying it in that time. Loaded is loaded no matter what era.
Bro.
Just because you played in 2010 or 2008, that don't mean shit.
I will tell. Before I call him an Uber, I will say, Vito, we did that episode, right?
And you were wrong, as usual.
That was 09 episode, right? I mean, that was 09 year that we're talking about Melo and I made it to the conference finals. You punch up every roster, which I already did, which we already had this topic, but because you need an Uber, you can look it up yourself. Go to 09, go to every roster, and you can't pull up 3 rosters that's better than Denver or Orlando Magic. I'm not talking about stars. I'm talking about top to bottom. The full roster.
That wasn't fucking loaded.
I said pull them up.
You told me that hold on. You told me that Orlando team was more loaded than the Shaq and Kobe Lakers.
Yes.
Exactly.
And I said pull up 3 teams from 09 and also pull up that Shaq and Kobe team and show me because I think you're confusing Shaq averaging 30 and Kobe averaging about 24 and the rest of them niggas averaging about 6, 7, 8 points. You're confusing that with loaded, bro. That's not loaded. They had 2 dominant players.
Nigga, 2 dominant players makes you more loaded than...
No, I said loaded
Excuse me. 2 dominant players makes you more loaded than who? Rashad Lewis, Jameer Nelson, and Vito Turkoglu. And Dwight Howard. I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Nobody. You take Kobe. You take their third player. Their third player isn't better than Orlando's third player.
Who's Orlando's third player?
Who's the Lakers' third player?
No, I asked you that. And who's Orlando's third player?
Who's the Lakers' third player?
Answer my question. Who's Orlando's third player?
I'm not going to
answer.
Exactly. I can't answer that because
answer
you know why? Because when the Lakers three-peated every year, they swapped out niggas. Just niggas filling spots.
Listen,
you can't name the third best player.
I can't.
I know.
Because I can't think on top. But who's
Derek
Orlando's
Fisher?
third best player?
Derek Fisher?
Whoever it is. Who's Orlando's third best player?
Derek Fisher?
Who is Orlando's third best player?
You can't answer a question with a question every time.
I asked you the question first. Who is Orlando's third best player?
I just asked you the question. I said, who is the third?
I told you, I don't know.
Okay.
Right off top. But who is Orlando's third best player?
It don't matter.
It does matter if you answer the question. You asked me the question, I answered it. I can't name off top. Who is Orlando's third best player?
So it don't matter because you can't combat.
What do you... Now, man, I answered your question. I don't know right off the top. I would have to look at their roster.
Okay.
But we know who their best players was. You had Dwight, Jameer, Vito, and Rashad Lewis. Who is Orlando's third best player? You can't tell me, and I just named 4.
Probably Rashad.
Rashad was their third best player?
Yeah.
Nigga, that's how I know you don't know the fuck you talking about.
Why?
He was their second best player. Dwight was number 1. Rashad was number 2.
No.
Who was number 2?
Hito.
Exactly.
And you know why
Hito? You talking about get me over?
You know why Hito was the second best player? Because he was fucking 6'10". He was a mismatch.
Rashad Lewis was 6'11".
Listen, know what I'm telling you.
Better shooter.
Rashad, that's all he can do.
Better post game.
Rashad Lewis, all he can do is spot and shoot. Vito Turkoglu handles the ball. He was, as you just said earlier, the point forward.
He was.
Remember? Yes, he does more. He contributes more.
Just because you do more don't make you a better player.
That makes you a better player.
No, it don't.
Just
if you don't
because
do it at a higher level.
Why? Because you put up more points, that makes you a better player, but you don't do nothing else better? You lost.
What the fuck did he do better?
Listen, I'm glad you
Besides
mentioned.
handle the rock.
I'm glad you mentioned Rashard Lewis, and right, because I almost lost my point. I almost lost what I was gonna say to you. Rashard Lewis, like Carmelo Anthony. How the fuck you gonna tell me Carmelo is unstoppable and Rashard Lewis is the second best player on Orlando when neither one of them motherfuckers can dribble?
What the fuck? Could Dirk dribble?
Can Dirk dribble?
Yeah.
Dirk is a point guard.
A
power forward.
Can Dirk dribble is what I asked you.
No, Dirk don't gotta dribble. He doesn't have a ball in his hand to dribble. What I'm saying, Melo is an ISO player.
So is Dirk.
Dirk is on the box
ISO player.
On the box.
What
There's
the
a
fuck
difference.
So was Melo on the box in his first fucking 5 years?
Melo does everything off his jab step, bro.
What the fuck I gotta do with it?
Can he dribble?
Yes.
No, he can't.
Yes, you can.
Fuck, no, he can't.
Just because you ain't got a vicious
Melo,
handle don't mean you can't.
He don't have no handle.
So
Melo or Rashard Lewis.
How was he so successful without having a handle?
Because of his jab stepping, because he came into the league again
So
like
you're telling me you can't be unstoppable just because you can't dribble the ball?
You said he was unstoppable.
I know, that's what I'm asking you. You
Yes,
saying a person can't be
no,
unstoppable? So Bird had handles?
He can dribble.
Bird had handles.
He can dribble.
Everybody in the league can dribble.
No, Melo can.
Your specific statement was Melo didn't have handles.
No handle.
Bird didn't have no handle either.
Bird can dribble.
Everybody can dribble.
Melo don't
handles
dribble.
and dribbling is not the same thing.
Melo don't dribble at all.
Yes, he
for
does.
an ISO player, and you're comparing players that.
So how is he an ISO player without no dribbles?
I just told
Clay
you
Thompson
how.
don't dribble the ball.
I
Melo
told
dribble
you
the ball.
how. He gets the ball, high post. He turns around. Everything is off his jab.
I don't give a fuck no dribble or not.
Time out.
Karl Malone, was he unstoppable?
You're still you didn't let me finish though.
Fuck that. Was Karl Malone unstoppable?
Yes.
No dribble.
Yes, but the difference is you're not letting me finish. The difference.
You disagree with me. What are you talking about?
Carmelo ain't unstoppable because he can't dribble. Karl Malone is unstoppable because the difference is Malone did that shit when they play defense. Again, I'm going to keep harping on it because everybody knows the lefty Vito. He don't care about defense. He don't.
You're not making sense.
What are you talking about?
How was one unstoppable?
Listen to what I'm telling you. Because first of all, Melo plays with the ball in his hand, right? Karl Malone is straight pick and pop, pick and roll, back to the basket. What I'm saying...
So you saying Karl Malone didn't play with the ball in his hand?
Yes, in the post.
What does that matter? When he
in
got
the post.
What does it matter?
What I'm saying is, Melo, when you keep talking about Melo unstoppable, they didn't play no defense back then. They didn't play no defense back then.
What you talking about? He was unstoppable.
And last thing...
No. Don't try to skip past it. Because you just said that neither one of these niggas could dribble, but one was unstoppable and the other wasn't. Two different styles of play. Melo does more on offense than Karl
Melo does more on offense with less defense. When nobody plays defense at all.
I don't know. Everybody niggas play defense in every area. You got Rajah Bell. You got Bruce Bowen. You got Bruce Bowen. You got Tony Allen.
Get him a Uber.
All these dudes play fucking defense.
Yes, all these dudes play Ubers.
All these dudes play defense in this era. Come on, man. And don't.
You naming one dude with teams.
Excuse me. Don't get it fucked up like everybody was defensive players in that era either. With Mike, come on, man. You niggas is crazy.
Bro, what I'm saying is when you look at the game, like I keep telling y'all because this shit a business, don't nobody want to believe it. The fans don't want to see the final score being 82-68. Defense had to be eliminated from the fucking NBA.
You know they scored more points in that era than they do nowadays.
Who scored more points?
In them 80s and 90s eras, they scored more points.
Who said that?
Nigga,
We're talking about.
Excuse me.
You're talking
about defense. So how was more points scored if they're playing more defense?
I just read an article where it said the league is at an all-time high for scoring.
Come on, man. Nobody was scoring. Nobody was putting up 120s and 30s on the regular.
Listen to what I'm telling you.
Now, like they did.
Listen to what I'm glad you said 120s, 130s because I just read an article on a TMC, Chris Mullin and them, the Golden State, how they was one of the highest scoring teams back in the day, and they wasn't winning shit.
Highest scoring, exactly.
They was
highest scoring. Excuse me, higher scoring. That means what?
They wasn't playing no deep. They was just running and gunning.
That's back then, though. What are you talking about?
One team.
That's not just them.
It said one team.
Come on, man.
Golden State. It said Golden State run TMC. They averaged like, I think it was like one something a year. 118, 120, something like that. At one point in time, they had the high of points per game for a team, and they was like a bottom tier team. So what I'm saying is was
I'm looking at this. It says one of the highest scoring NBA seasons was in '83, man. Come on, man. What are you talking about?
Where are you looking at, Vito?
I'm looking at Google. What are you talking about?
What on Google?
Wikipedia.
Oh yeah, you need to look somewhere else.
Why? What's better than Wikipedia? Give me the site so I can look at it.
If we talking basketball, go to
What
PFF.
PFA?
PFF.
PFF?
Yes.
What's
the
PFF?
reference. The reference. Not PFF. The reference. Pro Reference. But while you doing that, now you know we had my anonymous source. He said that Biggie bars was basic. So we had a couple comments on that, some funny comments. We had one comment from DJ Bugsy215 who said that my anonymous source was tripping. He should never have an opinion on hip hop again. Do you agree with that, Vito?
No, everybody got their own opinion.
Ain't no doubt. I feel the same way. One more. Kareem the Dream, 1978. Shout out Kareem the Dream. He was very active last week on social media. We definitely got to get him up because he's opinionated. He said, your homie talking crazy. I see he doesn't want to be announced. He's not standing on that foolishness he's talking. Big was ahead of his time. Besides the dudes from his era that still rap, there's not a rapper you can name after him that was better, and I'll stand on that. It's only a few dudes that can do a versus with him. What's your thoughts on that?
I agree.
On which part?
All of it.
And for the record, I did get cursed out by my OG. Damn, we were supposed to get my OG on the phone. I did get cursed out by him. I told you that his favorites was Rakim, Public Enemy. You said they was basic and basically
no,
black.
not Rakim, but Public Enemy.
But he grind me up because he said his top dog is Cool G Rap. And Cool G Rap isn't basic. But I'll take it a step further. He did say that, speaking of a verses from Kareem the Dream, he did say that if Biggie couldn't do, he said if you take Biggie from when he was in the game to when he died, and Cool G Rap from when he started to 97 when Biggie died, he said Cool G Rap would smoke Biggie in a verses.
Now that's where you lost me. Cool G Rap definitely he's one of my favorites, but as far as verses is based on songs.
Right.
G Rap don't have more songs than Biggie.
Are we sure about that? Like,
I'm positive. I'm G Rap boy.
So when we start getting into like Road to the Riches, the Symphony, and all of that.
First and foremost, you can't put the Symphony in because you can.
It's a versus.
But Road to the Riches, Ill Street Blues, Symphony, the 4, 5, 6 album is we talked about is one of the most underrated albums to me.
Yes.
But Biggie got 2 albums and a mixtape. And that shit ain't, G-Rap shit ain't fucking with all that.
Well, listen. Call me an Uber. Because I'm going to stand doing something right here, right now. And I will say this. If we going back and forth about Cool G Rap and Biggie, I will say there ain't a song on Biggie's 2 projects and his mixtape that's better than Cool G Rap featuring Nas Fast Life. Boom. I gotta keep it a C-note with you.
Man, you done lost your mother.
Name one.
And you only saying that because Nas.
I'm saying it because it's a banger.
It's a banger, but it ain't better than that Biggie shit.
Name something with Biggie that's better than that.
Juicy.
Who?
Juicy. This is one of his.
You didn't have enough juicy in your cup. You lost your fucking mind, bro.
Hypnotized. This is Biggie
bro.
got multiple. But come on, man.
Listen.
The average motherfucker don't even know that song.
Listen.
Average motherfucker don't even know that song.
Which song?
The joint with G-Rap and Nas.
They know your songs.
They don't know G-Rap and Nas.
They know the songs you name.
Yeah.
You know why?
Because they bangers.
You know why? Why do we gotta keep having these fucking...
Because they're bangers.
What am I about to ask you?
I don't know. You just
Why do I gotta keep having these debates with you about music artists and the first songs you name is fucking radio songs?
Listen, this is what confuses me about. Hold
Listen,
on, no.
let me finish,
Let me finish. This is what confuses me about you. You keep talking about a radio song like that's a bad thing for an artist to have a song on the radio. It's a reason why that song is on the radio. Because that shit is for the masses. Just because it's on the radio doesn't mean it's a bad thing. So why do you keep hating on radio songs?
What I'm saying is, just show our audience. Start showing our audience that you listen. Because what I'm starting...
I listen to the radio.
Time out. No. Not that you listen to the radio. Not that you listen to the radio. But shout out Chuck Nice. Since Chuck Nice was on the show, a lot of our followers are starting to get the vibe that you're just the radio guy.
Nigga, how can I just be a radio guy when I just said the 456 album is one of the most underrated albums? And I guarantee you, the average dude that you just said, thinking I'm a radio guy, I guarantee you don't even know more songs on that 456 album than I do.
What I'm going to ask you, right? Give me a Biggie song.
Respect. That's not a radio song.
This better than Fast Life?
No, I get Fast Life.
Okay, I said this better than Fast. Don't stop giving me radio shit, Vito. Just
what the fuck does it matter? Because it's on the radio. Why wasn't Fast Life on the... Matter of fact, Fast Life was on the radio. So what is you talking about?
I'm just saying, just give me
Fast
one
Life
cut.
was on the radio, so what's your point?
Just give me one cut, Vito. I just want one cut.
How can you ask me one cut that was on the radio when Fast Life was on the radio? It just didn't last that long.
Did you just not hear what I said? I said every song you always give us for every topic is a fucking radio song.
What does that got to do with anything?
I'm saying,
I want to know, what does it being on the radio have to do with anything? How does it diminish the song because it's on the radio? That's what I'm trying to figure out with you.
Bro,
hold on. Before you answer, let's not act like you didn't fucking never listen to the radio, so you need to stop your bullshit.
I did listen to the radio.
So, answer my question. How is it being on the radio diminished the song? Because Fast Life was on the radio.
One of the reasons I stopped listening to the radio was because the radio, if I got this album and it has 11 songs on it, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, damn, out of these 11 songs, the song that the radio keeps playing is the fucking weakest, and they beating me in the head with the board. You're not going to tell me, let's just say you said Hypnotize. You're not going to tell me Hypnotize is a top 3 Biggie track on that album.
What is?
Not Hypnotize.
What is? I mean, since you're saying it's not, what is?
I would say, Last Days, I Love the Dough. Somebody got to die.
I like Somebody Gotta Die, but I let it though. You need to fucking stop. Come on, man.
I'm just saying. I try to get.
You just saying anything that come to mind because you know for sure I let it though ain't a top song.
I was just trying to do what you usually do and try to listen.
That shit don't work.
Yeah, I say it don't work. I say you done mastered that shit, so you know.
Because I know.
Listen, I said I love the dough because I know you always be saying I be hating on Jay, so I try to deflect to see if you was going.
I'm talking about a good song. I don't give a fuck about nothing.
I Love the Dough is a good song. What's Beef is a good song. Somebody Gotta Die is a good song.
Hold on, excuse me. Before the record, we had a conversation before about that Biggie album, the Double Disc album, and you told me the majority of that album was radio songs.
Yes.
So I'm confused now. Is that what you're saying about this?
Yes, and I've also told you that Life After Death was his best album. I told you it was better.
So I'm confused as to how is the Life After Death is the best album, but you also said the majority of the shit is you said the majority of the shit is radio shit, but you don't fuck with radio shit. So how is that better when the majority of the songs is radio shit?
Well, most of the songs was radio shit because he died and everybody just started playing off his shit, and it was two.
Which I said, but
and it was 2 albums. It was a double disc. It was more of radio friendly songs, which is like club songs and shit like that. But what I'm saying is, being as though it was a double disc and he had so much shit, what I'm saying is my favorite 8 songs on that joint, and I'm just saying 8, throwing a number out. Don't say what's the 8 songs, because I know you be on nut shit. But I know you.
I just take what you say.
I know that's your next. What I'm saying is, his best 8. What I'm saying is,
No.
I can't.
No, you
I'm
can't.
not even gonna say that. What I'm saying is, I can't name 3 Jones off Ready to Die that is just like I gotta play that shit. Like every time I play Biggie, I can go Give Me the Loot. I can go
Machine Gun Funk, Respect.
Nah, I can't go them songs.
Juicy.
I could go Juicy.
Warning. Warning is my favorite big song of all time. Come on, man.
Yeah, I could go
Come on,
Warning.
man.
Yeah, you're right. You gave me 3. And 2 of them was radio. But Warning ain't a radio song.
It ain't.
What I'm saying is he was just popular at the time, so that shit got picked up. But
One More Chance.
nah, I ain't fuck with One More Chance.
Man, get the fuck.
Especially-
What you
it's-
talking about?
listen.
That is a fucking banger. Radio, non-radio.
Listen to what I'm saying, especially the album version. I didn't like the album
I don't give
version.
a fuck what you talking about. One More Chance.
I didn't. Either one of
It
them
ain't nothing
wasn't.
G-Rap got better than One More Chance. And I'm like I said, when we talking about underrated albums, I named G-Rap album. Nothing he got better than One More Chance.
Well, I can say that about to me.
To you.
The type of music that I like, I'm saying One More Chance is not better than Fast Life.
I'm tripping.
One More Chance is not better than On the Road to the Riches. One More Chance
Ooh,
is not better than The Symphony. His verse on The Symphony. Come on, man. Stop
Nigga,
it.
you don't even remember his verse. You just remember the song simply because it's a popular song. You don't even remember his verse.
I don't remember Symphony because I've had a couple shots of Patron. But that's the only reason why I do.
man.
Come on, man. G-Rap is one of my guys. Stop it. Knock it
Nigga,
off.
how
Ricky.
he one of your guys when he wasn't even mentioned when we was talking about the albums of the old school albums, underrated albums? You didn't even mention him.
Vito.
I did.
Pardon Vito, because Vito wasn't here for this. But when you go back and look at our top, me and Tone, you go back look at our top 10 greatest MCs of all time.
Nigga, you said 10. He was in the
G-Rap
5,
was number 4 from number 3.
So how wasn't he in your list when we did the shit?
Because to me, none of his albums is underrated. To me, all his albums is the shit.
Man, if you don't get the fuck out of here. How
What?
many albums he got?
Did I know?
Yeah. 3?
Do I know 3? I know 4, 5, 6. I know the album before
Ill
4.
Street Blues and all
Right,
that
Ill
shit.
Street Blues.
And that, them Jones ain't
And
classics.
what's the shit on Ill Street Blues? The Mafia song. He said he wanna talk. Boom, boom, boom. Blew his brains on the sidewalk. Know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's
He-
my shit. But
Damn.
like I said, he's not better than Big. He don't make better songs than Big.
I don't.
Now lyrically, that's the argument all day.
He better.
He don't make better songs. than
Listen
Big.
to what I'm saying and go back. I'm glad you said lyrically. If you go back and watch the top 10 hip hop, our top 10 list, I said lyrically, Cool G Rap is probably number 1 on that episode. I said Cool G, and I'm a little. Call me an Uber.
Yeah, call you
Somebody called me an Uber because if I'm not mistaken, I think I might have had Cool G Rap over Biggie.
No, I don't know about all that. But whatever the case may be, lyrically, we can put. It's a few dudes that can put over Biggie, but we're talking about
Definitely lyrically.
making songs. Cool G Rap will make better songs than Big. It's not even close.
I don't know.
not even close. I would put Big Pun over Big lyrically, but he don't make better songs than Big.
Big Pun?
Yeah.
Yeah, Big Pun was definitely more lyrical. So, Vito, we got to wrap this episode up, Vito.
Yeah.
It's been going on a little too long. You got any shout-outs, anything?
No, I got to shout out to the bathroom.
Okay, shout the bathroom out. Shout his Uber out, too,
Yeah.
because it's on the way. I just called it for him. Thank you for tuning in. I'm your boy, Brown. To the left of me, I got
Vito.
Potty Man, the lefty. As always, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. To tell everybody, keep it a C note. We'll holla at y'all.
Shit. This is what I'm feeling like. Da 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 da. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like.